and Drink Show! Dads and Drink Show! Dads and Drink Show!
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dads and Drink Show. We're not going to keep track of episode numbers anymore. We will on YouTube, but not between us because that's a fool's errand, my friend.
We're just workhorses. We just keep pumping these out. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Look, once we pass the 5 milestone, we're already in the upper echelon.
Right. And you know what? It's kind of like the guys who have like their number of women they've been with.
Yeah.
And it's like, really, once you get to 10, aren't you done counting?
Yeah.
And look, I respect the guys who don't get to 10. Don't get me wrong. I wish I was one. But once you get to like, if people ask me now, I'm like, I'm upwards of 10, less than 100. Now I'm even like, I think I'm less than 100.
There is something about knowing that exact number that just seems desperate. Like you're trying to prove. You're like, 131. You're like, really, dude? You kept track? Like,
well, then I assume you're lying. Like,
yes.
Why did you keep such fastidious notes about your conquests? Do you not drink, sir?
Right.
Trust. As you can see below, this podcast is for mature audiences only. Assuming we have anybody who watched last week's episode and it's still tuning in, then you probably want saucier talk than we're going to give you today. Frankly, let's be real, right? I mean,
we've raised that bar, and I don't know that we can ever eclipse that.
No, well, we'll have a revisited strip club episode, and we want your stories for those episodes. We want them. So you see on the bottom right now, like and subscribe. This is my radio building. Contact the dads and drinks show at gmail.com. So send your stories to us there. You can also comment below. Thanks for everyone who commented. We got a lot of comments on the last one or something. And yeah, read the disclaimers on the show, folks. This is not a joke.
Look, I really do get the feeling that we're kind of like the cool underground band. Like, there's going to be the people who are down from day one. They're going to be like, dude, I remember those guys on episode 5. So literally like, subscribe, leave comments. Jeff and I are in there, man, because really this is a group adventure. We're just happy to be up here at the steering wheel. So, the more interaction, the better.
Yes, and we haven't started putting them up yet, but there is a Dads and Drink Show clips channel on YouTube coming soon. Just gotta, edit them and
do the other stuff. This is the fun part.
Do the work. Yeah.
Right, you gotta do the work. Like,
that's why didn't we get someone to run this?
I know. Hey, look, you got the email down there. Everybody who saw that, the dadsanddrinks@gmail.com, right? The dads. I'm just saying, dadsanddrinkshow@gmail.com. If you're an editor and have free time and you'd like to hang out and, go through videos of Jeff and myself, then please let us know.
Yeah.
We're here for this.
Edit our clips, please.
Please do the work.
Please. Tom Segura will pay you because he gets all of our money. So
yeah, he's into you for at least 50 cents at this point. So I'm just saying, it's not unpaid.
Yeah, fuck Tom Segura and A&E. we're gonna be on episode 250, and Tom Segura is gonna be like a guest on the show, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you, Tom."
Yeah, I'm like, hey Tom. So now that we got this whole interview out of the way, so you can give me my money?
Yeah.
Just saying, like,
you owe me 72 cents plus interest, motherfucker.
Plus interest, right?
Hey, here's a new segment we're starting this episode, and we'll have every week. Jeremiah didn't have time to prepare, but in the future, it could come from either one of us. Although I think I've sent Jeremiah a few last night that we've got a few coming. But this segment is called "Am I Going to Hell for This?" I don't think I need to explain it much more, right?
No. Look, it's a jump off of "Am I the asshole?" But it's more of a "Am I a spiritual asshole?" Right? Am I going to pay the eternal price for this?
cosmically. So what I like to do is I have no engagement on social media, frankly, very, very little. So a lot of times I'll see something, I'll have a snarky ass response, and then I won't send it because it's like there's nothing to gain. If it's hilarious, no one's gonna see it. If it's bad, it might actually hurt me. So just delete that shit. So this is where I'm going to publicly shame myself and say it out loud. Because Lord knows if you watched last week's episode, I have no shame. All right, so here's my Am I Going to Hell? I'm going to show you a video, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what my thought was and what I almost posted. This is actually a Facebook video. I mean, so look. This dude could play nose tackle for the Harlem Globetrotters. I mean, he's incredibly skilled. He's a great shooter, great passer, great ball skills. No question about any of those things, right? Now I'm not going to make everyone watch the full highlight video, but my comment was, Betty's a hell of a defensive liability. And I watched the whole video. There's not a single defensive performance. I mean, come on. I know. Look, we're not fat shaming here. Well, you can't really see me. But I'm not that fat, by the way. But look, I'm not fat shaming. You do you, man. He could kick my ass at 1-on-1, although it would be a high-scoring affair. Because I'm just saying, I don't think he probably plays great defense. That's all I'm saying. And it's like all the comments were like, "Oh, what a great story! People come in all shapes and sizes." I'm like, that's not a natural shape, by the way. That's I eat drunk Jeff eats diet daily.
All right, so Jeff, and I think I responded to you with that. I applaud you for that because here's my immediate take. Okay, if you go back and watch any of the video, the guy playing pickup ball in St. Cloud, Minnesota, it's like in Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, put this kid at Rucker Park. At Rucker Park, none of that is happening, okay? I mean, hey, he's got a nice shot, a couple of nice passes. I got you. But on social media, we somehow get overly, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Well, okay, one, no elevation on his jump shot. I'm just saying. That's a... Yeah.
He's got a natural screen though.
He does, right? It's not even the push off. He doesn't need that Jordan push.
You have to be 8 feet tall to block his shot because you can't get past the gut.
Look, I would love to see it though, because I'm sure that sight unseen, people take this guy for granted. But anybody who's ever played pickup basketball as an adult, I wasn't that shocked. There's always one guy that has like 2 knee braces and an elbow guard and the rec specs. And that dude just balls. Like he can shoot, right? That guy makes plays. It always happens. But I guarantee you on the playground, this is a fun guy. But you white man can't jump him. Like you can't just pick him out the crowd and be like, oh, I'll take that guy. No, not in real basketball.
No. Again, there's half of the game that's what I love to pick up basketball when they're like, "Hey, we're gonna play zone." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do zone. I can do zone all day. I'm tall. I got long arms. I'm great at zone. I'll box you out for a rebound. Yeah, I can't. You drive the lane on me. I'm just gonna be like, oh fuck it, he's gone. Look at how fast that guy went."
But by the time I turned 30, my eternal name was Snowbird because I never made it past the north side of the court. Like I was always in the south. You guys might be playing full court. I'm just playing half court. Like you go do that. I'll wait down here. And
that's probably what this gentleman does. And look, I don't know. You let me know, audience. Am I going to hell for this? Am I wrong? No, I'm definitely not wrong. But am I a bad person? Probably. But am I a bad person for this? That's the question.
I think you narrowly escape on this one. Simply because there comes a point in time where I don't know why all of a sudden I'm feeling like you have to make a stand. But there's sometimes that like internet videos just do need to be smacked down. So I'll give you my am I going to hell for this? The first time I saw a kid get into a football game who shouldn't be in a football game, and they allowed said kid to run a 40-yard touchdown. Well, that was cute. After a while, I stopped. I'm just saying, okay, maybe I am going to hell for this, but if the kid was just to get wrecked one time, I mean, welcome to life, son. Not everybody's going to pull the punch.
I think what would be better. So I know, like, I like the first time, I think it was like a special needs kid or someone dying of cancer, and
okay.
But can we be fair? If you're going to put a kid with a mental illness, God, feel terrible, put one on defense too, and everyone else can stand still
and let those two go one-on-one, 1v1.
I'm looking at the words underneath. You notice it's underneath me. I don't know how to center it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to hell.
No, dude. The 1v1 is getting us to hell. That one is. But I agree. I mean, give them both a shot.
Right. I mean, why can't they play defense?
Look, I'm all for a feel-good story. I get it. I am. But I'm way more impressed with the kid who gets into the game, who was like a manager and is maybe special needs in a basketball game. And the kid like down like 4 threes. Like that guy? Yes. That's my dude. Right? Running away from people who are not trying to tackle you. Not so much.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line. Because it's like, when well, we'll talk about this more when we get a couple weeks from now. Because it is when you're blowing out a team, you as a coach, you want to let the guys who don't usually get the ball, but you don't want to, like, the other team, if they're like, hey, this is a blowout, can you let one of my kids score? I'd say, go fuck yourself.
Right, no. Right.
You ain't scoring on me.
Right. Was it like Family Guy that had the clip where the kid gets in from the Make-A-Wish Foundation and he's like playing quarterback, and they're like, little Johnny's in for the Denver Broncos, and as soon as he takes the snap, he just gets rocked from like 5 sides. It's like, well, bad wish, Johnny.
Hey, stats are stats. Well, look, Randy Arozarena hit a home run earlier this year off a catcher who was pitching because it was a blowout. Still counts.
It's a hit.
When the MVP votes are coming in, they're not going to say he hit 36 home runs, but one was off a catcher.
No.
That's not how stats work. They just lay them out there. So,
By the way, now that we put up the email address and everything else, we do welcome again the Am I Going to Hell? Look, I don't know that we're the best judges, but we're judges.
We're the worst.
We might be. Look, if you ever need validation and want to convince yourself you're not going to hell, Jeff and I might be the people you need to talk to.
Yeah.
We might be able to convince you otherwise.
Yeah. I feel bad about myself, so I've got a good cure for that. This is
whatever could it be?
This is a show that I have never seen. You brought it to my attention, and I think we're going to watch some of it. Let me get it up and rolling here. And
as you're pulling it up, Jeff, I'll tell you, I have a tendency. I slide down YouTube rabbit holes, and somehow there was something about pickup artists and me again. 45. There was a point in time in my 20s and 30s that this was a thing. Being a pickup artist, the whole game, the whole negging of a girl, like it was legit in pop culture. It's died now. Thank you, Me Too. And oh,
In tonight's battle, Coconut
But
Buster Chris
this-
takes on Yakov the Trapper in a 3-round contest at
It's a
midnight.
3-round
Trapper.
contest.
Challenge carefully designed to test a player's ability to seduce
Oh, yeah.
women in a real-life battlefield. The cameras are hidden, the women are real, and the game is on. Across town at Kai Lounge, our expert panel of pickup
This is what sold me on it.
with perspective
The
There's
expert
an
panel.
expert panel. Now, how do I get on that
There's
expert? I'm not
There's
qualified
Alan,
to be on the
cold,
expert
calculated
panel.
master of pickup analysis. Peaches, an ex-all-star
Peaches?
jock-inspired seduction specialist.
Bro.
Sheldon, the mysteriously coy and unorthodox.
They all
philosopher.
try so hard to fit the
A
role that they've
hopelessly
been given.
romantic man of integrity.
The
Together, they will
ex-athlete
closely
makes
critique
horrible sports
their performance
analogies
and crown a
constantly.
single champion. The prize.
You
a
know,
limo
you miss
escort to an
100% of the
epic
shots you
VIP
don't
event
take.
Where the champion and his closest friends will enjoy.
By the way,
full
that's
bottle
also not how
service and
statistics
the
work.
company of our sexy
Nope.
VIP girls. Tonight's prize: a meetmeintO.com VIP party.
I don't-
From the
inside
best I can
Club.
tell,
Let's take
this
a
is in
closer look
Canada.
at
I think it's in
tonight's
Canada.
players. Up first, Yakov
Because
the
I know none of the
Trapper.
clubs
Yakov.
I'm Yakov.
and the women are too
This is my
nice.
pad.
Yakov. So we're gonna add it back. I think I mentioned to you on the, maybe I don't know if I did or not. This may be a repeat of something from like episode 1, but like I used to have a friend who would go to the bar and he'd literally walk through and leave like a trail of destruction in his path. Meaning he would literally see every female would be like, "Can I buy you a drink? Can 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 I buy you a drink?" And that was, I'm censoring what he'd say. Because sometimes be like, "Nice tits, nice ass. Hey, you want to fuck?" Just
Yeah.
completely trail of destruction. Like just, and I'd be behind him like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so ignore. He's drunk. He's an idiot. Just ignore him. Ignore him." While my approach was, this doesn't look good for an approach. I called myself a sniper. I would look, observe, find one, target acquired. This is going to be, he was a scatter shot. He just went to every chick in the bar and just, at the end of the night, a lot of times, both of us would end up successful, right? And I would be like, "Yeah, batting 1,000, 1 for 1." He'd be like, "Me too." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you're 1 for 400. You just found the one desperate chick who was feeling bad about herself, who's like, sure." And it bothered me, but at the same time, I gotta respect just yeah. I don't respect some of the things he did and said. To be fair, I'm not the hashtag Me Too guy, but at the same time, I'm like, that's not appropriate, not good.
So as with most things in life, right? It's about surrounding yourself with talent. Okay. Not just talent, but a talent that maybe you don't have. And I say that because one of our good friends, we've established on this from everything of me dating women at work. I got to get to know you kind of guy. I'm not that initial intro guy, but we had an additional intro guy, and he was clever and he was smart and he was funny and he would have great lines. But the minute that he would start talking to a group of girls, me and my other buddy, who were both those hang back guys, just started counting down. Literally, we just called him crash and burn because he would grab their attention and somewhere within the next 10 minutes, he would just explode it in a horrible way. And then we would just come in behind it and clean up the mess. Like, oh my God, he had the initial good charm. He already won them over. They're talking to us. And now we can just hammer him and what a horrible asshole he is. And it worked. I mean, you just surround yourself with talent. It's like creating a good, a starting 5 in basketball. You got to know your strengths. And,
know your strengths, know your weaknesses.
So this is what's funny with this is I'm not a guy that could ever have a pickup line. I don't understand pickup lines. I don't get it.
I don't have, I could never have pickup lines either. I had drunk swagger and confidence. I did a lot of my sniping from a distance so that by the time I actually went up and talked, it was like, finally you're over here. You know what I mean?
So I'll tell you.
I was like a mentalist. I did this across the bar. And they're like, what the fuck is with that guy? Why is he looking at me and making weird jazz hands?
Look, so like, there's a part of me that just admires what you see from someone as a pickup artist, good or bad, because they have the balls to take the swing. When you see it done well, it's actually pretty impressive. This show, again, was a rabbit hole that I got hung into, that you could see the best of the best and the worst of the worst. But either way, just the ability to take the swing is something that deserves a little bit of credit.
Well, I think you're giving too much credit to guys who are Am I allowed to say the word retarded?
Yeah, I think so. We've established I have a loose boundary.
There's a sin, some things doesn't click in their brain. There's no shame center in their brain because they're retarded. And I'm not talking about mentally handicapped people or whatever the hell you're supposed to call them nowadays. I don't know but just people who don't have that shame center where it's like, I can be embarrassed time after time after time, and it doesn't matter to me because I'm too stupid to recognize how embarrassed I should be in my actions and in the response to my actions. Not even if you don't do anything wrong, if you get a nasty response, Anyway, should we check in on Yakov?
Let's. This is what I love too. Is so they give you the breakdown. They give him a nickname. Yakov is he the trapper? I forget. Yakov, and now we get to see Yakov's pimp pad. So let's roll with that.
Yakov's pimp pad. Let's see if I can drive this boat.
Everything here reflects what I do, why I do it. Accessories. You got to have the right stuff for the right atmosphere. We got my bow.
I hate this guy already.
Targets. I'm a hunter. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why do we go to a weapon right away, Yakov?
You know what I mean? Who doesn't love a cowboy?
I mean, I called myself a sniper.
I love music. I love to DJ.
Of course he's a DJ. Oh, remember EDM?
It's got 3 positions because there's obviously more than one type of girl. My game plan tonight.
Wait, pause that. Wait. 3 positions because there's more than one type of girl.
Oh,
wait.
Good
Lord.
Was that a futon?
It was a futon. I'm pretty sure it's in Yakov's.
It's got 3 positions because I'm poor as fuck.
3 different types of women. Ones who run right away. Ones who don't realize how sad this is.
Ones who are too drunk to realize they're fucking a dude who sleeps on a futon.
With a tiger blanket on it. Yes, sir, Yakov. Let's do this.
Way to go, Yakov.
Of course he's a DJ.
If I go out and I bomb everything, I'm going to have the most fun doing it. If I pick up 19 girls or 14 girls, doesn't matter. I'm going to do what I do all the time. It's the hunt. You know,
Hookah.
In prehistoric civilization.
The necklace.
Okay, there's a couple things here. The bags under the eyes, I can't tell if this dude is 14 or 47. He talks like he's a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to pick up 14 to 19 women in a night? Is that what he's implying?
Look, I'm just saying it's incredibly high goals for Yakov. I
used to be able to go off a few times, if you know what I'm saying. A few times. But 14 to 19, you might have a problem. You might need to go see a doctor.
So I will tell you this, as we go through this episode or any of the others, their whole goal here is nothing meaningful whatsoever. At the end of the day, it's securing a number.
Oh, my God.
Right. At the end of the day, it's securing a number. And if we learn anything about these guys, it's that they will fuck up the number once they get it. But even then, 14 to 19 is an incredibly high bar to set for yourself.
I think I could do it if I wanted to. Maybe not now, but back in my heyday. We've got some stories to tell later.
Let's see.
Just killing animals and, the women. Now we don't have the killing animals. We need to get out our hunting instinct somehow. This is how we do it. Put both together.
What?
I'm really concerned for Yakov because I think he hasn't slept in a couple of days.
Well, I like how he was talking about.
He's definitely on meth or
times
coke.
There was hunting. Well, I think in prehistoric times, Yakov would have been the hunter.
He's just going to go out and have a good time. He doesn't care if he picks up. So, you know, he can't really lose, I guess, in his eyes.
He does not have the tools, but I appreciate the fact that he's confident and he wants to win.
He does have the tools. I guarantee you he's got a lot of cocaine.
Look, I'm just
saying. And this is not a reference to using cocaine, YouTube censorers. This is just a mention of the drug. We're not endorsing the drug. Neither of us have ever used the drug. Don't demonetize us. We're judging Yakov.
But either way, these four guys are somehow armchair quarterback in this thing, which is great. Now, Jeff, sight unseen, we haven't seen Coco Chris, I think is his name. How do you feel about Yakov? Do you think Yakov has any chance of escaping the night team?
I feel like if he shares his cocaine with the ladies, I mean that's a look. I mean that's that. I'm not saying cocaine necessarily, but any drug or substance or whatever you have that is hard to get, you can definitely get numbers. You can definitely have people who will give you things.
Yes. It's a valid strategy. It's a valid strategy.
And look, again, just looking at his eyes, not only is his age indeterminable, but whether he's on coke or meth or just Adderall, don't know. But he's on something. He's not a healthy human being. And he's stick skinny. Obviously, Jeremiah's not my size as far as the rotund belly, but obviously, we're both too fat. We've never done any of these drugs, clearly. No. So don't report us to YouTube, you worthless cunts.
He's got the heart of a lion, but I don't know.
Maybe the brain of an ant.
We'll
find out.
You know what? Let's move on to Chris.
That helps.
And now, Cocoa Butter Chris.
Hi, my name is Chris, and welcome to my palace.
He doesn't look like a human.
I like to use cocoa butter.
Palace
is the #1 key to my game. I put it on everywhere, even coat on my skin. Gives me a good shine, keeps it healthy and rich, and the ladies love it. Smells good, and I've even heard tastes.
Does he have a Hitler mustache?
It's close,
I'm
dude.
confident today. I'm looking in the mirror, pretty excited. I call myself the architect. I started the trend. I designed the game. Tonight, I'm winning. I'm taking that title, and I'm taking the ladies home. Because I'm smiling and I'm fly. If I lose tonight, which is not gonna happen, look at me. Swagging, styling, wilding. I'm what the ladies like. My strategy tonight is to walk in here and take control like I own the place. Because I'm swagging. Swagging, aka Swagger Jack. And Jay-Z, don't jack, but swag. Swagging means everyone's on top of their game.
I hate this guy even more than Yakov.
Yeah.
I'm fully afraid of him. I honestly, I'm scared of him a little bit. I'm not even joking.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yes!
And it puts the lotion in the basket.
Dude.
Well, he says he's the architect, but I don't know what the hell he's going to be building.
I like this a celebrity boxing where you pit Butter Bean against Manute Ball. Yeah. There's not going to be 1 ounce of skill or tactics involved in this fight, but it's going to be one hell of a spectacle to watch.
Notice Sportsman through the analogy. We had to go.
Weren't we just talking about putting mentally challenged people on both sides of the ball?
And I think we might have found the perfect. It's beautiful, Jeff. So let's bring them in. Round 1.
Freestyle.
Unique seductive prowess. There's no rules this
Unique
time, boys.
random
It's
seduction. So
freestyle.
one's going to shoot him with a bow and arrow, and one's going to lather him up with cocoa
butter.
Hey, dude, what's up? How you doing, man?
Wait, he's hitting on a dude.
Hey, dude, what's your name?
They didn't clarify it.
You know what? He went right through the lead blocker there to get to the quarterback.
He did.
Here's your sports guy.
What's your name? Hi, Jackie. You're not Russian.
They are 6 inches taller than him.
You're what? I'm Russian. You're Russian? Yeah. My name is Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, well, that's great. Who said I'm here to pick him up? My name is Beast.
Oh no! What does this girl care? You know what I mean? These girls look old enough to vote. Let them make You know,
Yeah, you know what?
Unfortunately,
That's
this
a
is gonna end up
bitch
like
right
premature
there.
ejaculation. It's gonna start off well and end badly.
I'm here to talk to people. Haven't you seen me around the club the whole time?
I like your shirt.
Thank you. I don't like the collar. You don't like the collar? Russia doesn't like the collar. What do you have to say to him?
Oh,
Very
nice
Oh.
deflection.
Absolutely.
Nice deflection.
Yakov went straight at big guy.
On something.
What are you
What the
on?
hell do you mean by on something?
Because you're really like pumped up.
I'm always pumped up.
Really?
Dance.
What are you on?
So let's hear this.
Hey, you want to see my moves? You got to teach me some salsa first.
Oh.
Anyways, don't you have some friends here?
I got tons of friends here.
Yeah, why don't you go to them?
Well, because I'm here right now and I'm dancing here, but it doesn't look like you want to dance. You're not
that's
dancing.
good. I'll just
Okay,
have to
here-
now.
Can I make a suggestion? And
Oh.
I'm 6'2", so this is height privilege right here. Don't go and hit on a chick who's that much taller than you, dude. Like,
What?
aim lower, and I don't
All
literally
the way around,
aim
all the way
lower, literally.
Well, look, the other thing is I again watched enough of this and other pickup artists fail that the goal is here. You get in, you make an initial contact, right? And then you want to get out. You want to be like, hey, I'm meeting some friends here. I got to go, but I'd love to get your number. Quick interaction and get out. It's never
Even-
good that when
even
you've stayed
better-
long enough.
Even better is the quick interaction. You know how cool it is to do the move of hey, I'm Jeff. Nice to meet you. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I gotta run and see some friends. Maybe I'll see you later. But they're like, what the fuck just happened?
Absolutely. So if she's got to call out your move, like you're done. When she's like, "Don't you have friends
Oh, do you
here?"
have friends here?
You're like,
Well, and look,
"Oh."
I feel like again, like she's looking down, literally looking down at.
Yeah. God bless
Sorry,
him. Yakov
I'm a
does have heart.
I'm a white supremacist.
Look, Yakov does have heart. He kept pushing through. I mean, God love him.
He's gotten punched in the face a few times.
Yeah.
In his life, he's not averse to battling the big boyfriend.
He keeps
It got
dancing
cruel,
through it.
didn't it? He didn't lose these girls. The cynical friends lost it for him.
I didn't really see much of his game, but I saw that he had energy and he tried hard.
He walked into a bad situation. I think he made
Yeah.
the best of it.
Yeah.
And I applaud Yakov.
There's
for
your
that. That was-
sniper
that was
thing.
great.
You guys
That was
just
a
lost?
personal best.
Well,
for
look,
Yakov.
it
That's
was-
amazing.
PB, personal best.
It was not a bad effort.
No, that's why you snipe, though. You
It
don't
was
walk
ju-
into
yes,
that situation.
You gotta scope it out before you attack. I mean, that's,
All right. Cocoa butter.
he's just gonna glide on. He's going after a shorter girl.
Yeah. So how about we dance all together? Yeah, not for a little bit.
Abort.
Okay.
All right, ladies, you got to take care.
Smart. See, he got out.
How's it going? Good. All right. How's it going?
It's great.
Good. What's your name?
Not need to know.
Yeah, not need to know, and why is
Not
that?
need to know.
All right.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think
Just
it's
watch
the
him
little
walk out and
tiny
get shot
goatee.
down 3 times in a row in
Like,
about
it's-
30 seconds.
He's playing a
creepy.
numbers game. He's not.
I think he's not sniping either. By the way, he's
No,
going in
no.
up to people who are mid conversation, mid.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
What's your name, sweetheart? Captain Chris.
Stephanie. It's my
Oh,
friend Stephanie.
how you doing? Chris. Nice to meet you. This is your baby? Well, I'll take care of her.
I just want to take you home and put you in the crib.
Oh my God, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I think Hazel.
I think I do. No, that's free.
By the way, his eyes are creepy, aren't they?
Yes, everything about him is creepy when you see him in public. It's
but-
the tiny little goatee.
Yeah, his eye. I don't know.
Here's the other thing. If you're gonna go like multiple buttons down the shirt, you need to either have pecs or like crazy man, like a hairy chest.
Yeah,
Like
you
I was
gotta
talking to
pick a
some
lane.
people that, like Ryan Fitzpatrick, when he used to roll out with like 4 buttons down and it was just giant chest hair, that works. Chris has neither of those. So it's just like this weird unbuttoned chest with the creepy eyes and the little tiny goatee. There's something really shady about this dude.
Yeah, his eyes don't seem natural for his skin tone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Yeah. It's something about him screaming. But he is right now in a good situation, I would say, and he's actually approaching the right strategy. If you go to a girl and her friend comes in, you make it clear you're only interested in one. That was Yakov's problem. He was like, whichever one's going to talk to me. No. You could go up and approach a girl who's a 7, and her 9 friend can come up and be like, hey, what's going on? And you need to be like, hi, I'm ignoring you. I'm interested in this one.
100%.
That's the way to play it.
Yes. Women are inherently competitive.
I think he might be on the right path with this one. I don't know.
Let's see if he can land this plane.
I haven't seen it. Well, now he doesn't know how to talk, apparently.
All right, take care.
Ooh.
That's awkward. Like I said, he's a little better looking than Yakov, and it actually helped him there. The sister came over, and he was in a little bit.
He also showed some wit.
And he showed some wit,
a funny
got her
comment.
laugh, but the problem is he then followed up with dead silence.
Excuse me. Could you help me find something? I seem to have lost something from my shirt. Do you see anything around?
Oh,
No! No! What's your name, sweetheart? Pardon me? Button? Yeah, well, I lost my button. I think I found it.
This dude is nauseating because he doesn't know how to speak.
She just threw up in her mouth.
no, he doesn't at all.
You guys having a good night? That's good, that's good. All right, ladies, well, you guys take care. You enjoy your night, all right?
Like,
He crashed and burned, but she was actually being playful with him. She didn't have to say her name was Button.
There's nothing redeeming about this guy. The cold hard reality is he had nothing interesting to say.
That was freestyle.
He's an idiot.
For Chris.
He's an
We got
idiot
a
with no
glimpse of
words.
what he can
No
offer
substance.
on an open
nothing.
canvas.
Which is nothing.
All he's got is fucking cocoa butter.
right, and I have no experience.
his
Again, I suck
personality.
at picking up women, but you've got to have
So 0-0.
something.
Let's see if we can raise the bar a little bit in a
I
second.
love it. They go 0-0.
Got to be interesting.
And-
These two guys are idiots. They're the dumbest. They're the worst examples of men that exist.
But as a guy who is bad at this situation in life, it gives me faith because everything that I've ever thought that I would be really shitty at and really bad, like they've shown me it gets worse.
It could be way worse.
Right.
In this round, each player must seduce a woman onto the dance floor without saying a single word.
This is actually advantageous to these retards.
It might be, right?
Now, I'm a terrible dancer, so I don't know if I could pull this one off.
I'm not good either, but it appears like Yakov is listening to different music than everyone else, right? Like everyone's just, everything becomes a rave.
Here's my one problem with Yakov.
Maybe he's on ecstasy.
He's got to be. Like, look, everybody else is like swaying, and he's like fist pumping.
Yeah, he's a little big. He's a little big.
Back in high school here, I think a lot of these guys that are picking on Yakov got picked on growing up through the years, and now here's their chance to pick on it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this guy here in the pink shirt. He shouldn't be picking on anyone.
Okay, so you already broke the rules.
He's a little bit too energized for the people around him. He looks like he's like on crack. You know what I mean? Like that's what I've been looking at too. I'd be like,
Jeff called it
He looks
early.
like he's raving. He looks like he's at a rave right now, and, and he's not. So he has to adapt to his environment.
Yeah.
What did she just say? She was like, "Are you on ecstasy?"
I think I've got my strategy for this round. It's to do nothing like this. I think it would be put my hand out. If she takes your hand, you just sashay back to the dance floor. Right?
It's that easy. It's that easy.
We're rooting for this guy because he's such an underdog.
Oh, he tried. He tried, Jeff.
One day you'll run out of tunnel, buddy. One day you'll run out of
And then he went back to the fucking.
He has goddamn awful sniper skill. Like, he doesn't scout the situation. It seems like every time he approaches a girl, they've got guys. At least Cocoa Butter was approaching girls that were not with dudes. Like, use your brain and your eyes a little bit.
Yakov is kamikaze. He's just gone.
Yeah, he is. Yakov's IQ is about 60.
Well, he's making some headway there with the guy in the plaid shirt. Now, what he's going to want to do here is this. Start the interview process, you know? Ask him a few questions. What do you do? Where are you from? Try and get this guy to open up a little bit because...
Look at the eyes. You see the eyes on the girl beside him?
This is the best we've seen from Chris so far.
Yes.
Oh.
Now he knocked over a drink.
Jeez.
They're not allowed to talk, you idiot.
Because he's not supposed to say a word. He's supposed to get somebody to dance without saying a word.
Everyone take a drink.
Yeah. On that note, Jeff, I need a refill quickly.
All right, we're back with full folks. This is a good time to mention. Read the disclaimer.
Look, I'm already feeling very good about the fact that what we're doing here today, Jeff, is taking guys like yourself and me who may not be comfortable going out to pick up women in the bar to see a real life situation of just how bad it can be, you know? And no matter who you are, I'm going to bet you're better than Cocoa Butter.
Oh, I've got some. I've got a couple stories. Let's dive right back into Mr. Yakov and Cocoa Butter and see what they got going here. Round
each player
3.
must retrieve a woman's phone number. What the player doesn't know is that his opponent will be sent in, determined to steal her away.
Two dudes who have no chance of getting a number fighting against each other. This is great.
Podcast calls for fame.
Oh, he's still dancing.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yakov, what's your name?
Maria Rada.
Maria Arada.
Maria sounds drunk.
I'm half West Indian, half Indian.
Wait, what?
All right, guys. Here comes Chris.
Half West Indian, half Indian. So you're
half
Indian.
West Indian, half Indian.
So you're Indian.
And she said Maria.
Right.
I'm like, well, she's clearly Hispanic. No, no.
And Yakov just drives right through that, dude. He's still just feeling the beat. Yakov's still just feeling the beat.
The beat's inside his body.
My first time here.
Maria. Maria.
Definitely like
awkward and creepy because he's holding her hand, he's in the middle. And she's not leaving.
Oh, this is brutal.
I go to different places. I don't see
At least Yakov had the courtesy to look back at it.
look back at the dude who's fucking you in the ass.
I did so many things.
See, Chris, nice to meet you.
Oh, you guys, I want to dance.
Oh, no.
Oh, but Yakov's the one's dancing, man. Oh, no. This is the worst thing
When you
I've
try
ever
and use
had in my
brute
life.
force like this in a situation like this, both guys are going to go home alone.
Oh, yeah.
One
and
guy
with a restraining order.
Look, the sad fact of life is Chris is more traditionally attractive. Yakov's going to lose that every time.
Now, let's see. What does he know that I don't know?
No, but he's a good dancer too.
Oh.
She definitely wants him.
Yes.
It's painful for her, and it's painful for me.
The whole thing is painful.
I'm gonna go dance with my friend.
Oh, no.
Oh, look.
Guys,
She blows
Chris
past
was
Oh,
behind
the
it,
Lord,
and,
bro,
looks
you're
like he was
done.
successful in that,
Chris
but,
picked that up?
It wasn't done with a lot of style.
That was by default. She took the lesser of two evils.
Yakov 0. Let's see if Chris can hold off Yakov.
These poor women had no
There
idea.
is zero chance. You know what? I'm going to correct myself. Wait, is that the chick from earlier?
I think it is the one that he had a little bit of conversation with, and he ended it.
I think so. Look, the only chance that Yakov has is that he can be the hero. Like, I'm saving you from this asshole.
Yes.
I
don't know that Yakov has that though. Like he has zero social awareness.
He's out of his mind.
He has zero social awareness. This kid is out of his mind.
Not a chance. Yeah, that is the chick from earlier, I think.
I see here.
I don't know if Chris has enough foresight to notice this, but those were indicators of interest. Playing with the hair.
Indicators of interest. You know she's got those two other guys waiting for her. Yep. She's playing with these guys.
All right. Actually, I have an extensive list. I'm a full-time student taking technology. I'm an assistant satellite supervisor for the Toronto Star.
She's been lubricated a while.
Here comes Yakov. This should be good.
Dude, no girl cares that much about you. I have an extensive list. Like, no.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
The hyena came into eat and it got a lion's paw across the head.
He's like, wait, what kind of drugs do you have before I send you away?
She said she's a salsa instructor. Did you know that?
Yeah, you're a salsa instructor?
He looks like Spider-Man, Tom Holland, if he
kind of does.
did a lot of cocaine.
Go find your friends.
Go find your friends. Oh, no.
Thank you. It's funny because
I mean, in fairness, I've been talking shit. I've been talking shit, but I've heard that line before. Go find your friends.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been
That's
there.
a nice way of saying, get the fuck out.
Yes, I've been there.
You turn and you say apologies and you leave.
Yeah.
There's no other way to play it. So I guess Cocoa Butter won this episode, but
Game was killed here today. Game was killed.
There's a chalk outline somewhere at that club.
I think what we got to do is we got to give this to Chris by default, and this is a classic case of two teams. One just didn't show up.
There's no way in hell that we can give the VIP experience to any of these clowns.
Seriously. Well, we have to crown someone.
You know what? When we started this thing, it was to crown champions, and at this point in time,
we haven't seen one.
We haven't seen one. We might as well just crown that guy. Hey, come here. Come here. You know what? You're the champion of today's game, buddy.
We're going to VIP
Let's go.
experience.
Here's the
Congratulations. Enjoy your VIP experience.
That guy. I will tell you this. We happened to stumble across a very good bad episode. There are episodes in here where
bad episode.
Yes, it will make you question your humanity, because there are guys that do this with such ease that it will just embarrass a man such as myself who can't find a way to go through this. There is a game, if you're wondering how not to play it. I believe Cocoa Butter and Yakov just showed you how. Although Yakov, I think, did have a blast. He had a great time.
Well, yeah, he was doing coke the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, one video I brought to share because I may have been guilty of having a small version of this.
Drink that.
Yes.
I saw some guy slip something in there.
What?
That guy.
Thank you.
The Mrs. Stinsfire.
We have been assigned a new house.
We should probably pause this so Neil Patrick Harris doesn't steal our NBC. I don't know who the fuck owns it.
Yeah.
So this is How I Met Your Mother, and Barney Stinson, played by Neil Patrick Harris, has a playbook for picking up women. I mean, very straightforward.
Mrs. Stinsfire.
I don't remember that one.
To perform the Lorenzo von Matterhorn, here's what you'll need. Basic knowledge of website design and a very unique fake name. Now, select your target. Preferably a girl with a real nice phone. I'm Lorenzo von Matterhorn.
Are you like famous or something?
As soon as you're gone, she gets out her phone and does
go.
an internet search for Lorenzo von Matterhorn.
That's actually a
series of
pretty...
fake websites, all devoted to the incredible life.
Well, we're going to stop it there for copyright purposes. But I had 2 plays in my playbook, Jeremiah.
You went to the podcast?
Oh no! I had back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I had 2 plays in the playbook. One was the George Bailey. Are you familiar with "It's a Wonderful Life"?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was deaf in one ear. So the very first time I executed this, I was very angry. Going through a divorce. I got the eye of the tiger. I was like, I'm gonna fuck the hottest chick in this bar. So I found her. Now it just so happened she was Brazilian and her English was hard to understand. And I'm actually a little hard of hearing. And we were at a place with live music.
Oh, it's the perfect storm for the George Bailey.
So all these things conspired together. And I saw her start to get frustrated when she was saying things, and I was like, "Say again." I couldn't catch that. So I could see her frustration between her accent and the other noise and my hearing. It was all bad. So I said, "I'm so sorry that I have to keep asking you to repeat yourself. I'm actually deaf in one ear, and with all this music, it makes it really hard to." And she went from being pissed off to, I mean, we had sex in a club bathroom later that night, so I don't need to tell you that.
That's genius.
Yeah, so that was I'm like, I gotta move. It's a George Bailey. And real quick, I will say this too. I once got, without remembering or trying, I got at least 7 girls' phone numbers in one night. And this was called the Pikachu. Sounds bad, but it's really simple. I wore a beanie that had Pikachu on it. And I fucking rocked it, man. Like, I looked like an idiot. I rocked it, and girls could not stay away from the confidence and the swagger. And so I woke up on my buddy's couch the next day, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at this guy! Like, how many chicks did you make out with last night?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, I don't believe you." My buddy's like, "Go through your phone." Then he also showed me pictures of me. Yeah,
Look,
Blackout Jeff did a great job.
My whole rabbit hole of this pickup artist thing started from the game and all that other stuff, right? The sad part about it is there is a science to attraction, and there is something to be said for some of these things. Confidence being one more than any, right? If you're confident in what you do, people are attracted to that. But your Pikachu, that was you peacocking, right? That was a piece of something that made you stand out from the rest of the crowd. And the more confident that you are in that absurd bullshit thing, the cooler it makes you appear to be. It's sad that it breaks down to a science like that, but it does. Now, I stole a Barney Stinson, and we used to do it just for fun because I had a friend of mine who was incredibly shy when it came around women. Like anywhere we went.
Have you met?
Yep. It was, have you met Mick? Hey, have you met Mick? And the beautiful part that Barney doesn't quite play off of enough is there's a lot of rebounds off of have you met Mick, because said Mick or Ted or whoever is will drop the ball eventually. And then you're the funny guy who's trying to hook your friend up. And now you're the unassuming, it comes in the other end.
We're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore.
We picked a great bad episode, but if you watch enough episodes of Keys to the VIP, which please, by the way, in the comments or anywhere else, tell me, are you at least interested in seeing this show? Is it something that you haven't seen before that is intriguing? Let us know.
Oh, yeah. We will totally rock more of these episodes if you guys like them.
Because there are some people that do this skillfully, and they are absolute masters at what they do. At some point in time, we need to find not just drunk dads, but actual women, and we need an explanation for how they fall for this. And
if picking up women or if getting women to come on your television show was as easy as picking them up at a bar.
If I've ever picked up someone live or gotten a number in a bar, it was by accident. It was because I was way too drunk to care. And that's the only way that it happened. If I think about it, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, thinking is the enemy of, I don't know. There was a quote there.
You know what cures that? Drinks. The drinks take away the think.
Hey, I've got a recommendation.
Bring her back. What we got?
Near and dear to my heart for a couple reasons. Is the Friends of Zeus podcast. Near and dear to my heart, and I'll show you why, because this is actually the genesis of the channel you're watching right now. The biggest attraction, obviously, is the Dads and Drink Show, but after that, it's Drunk Jeff Eats. And this moment, and I've been on this podcast probably 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
This moment that I'm about to show you is the genesis of Drunk Jeff Eats.
I've never seen this. I'm really excited.
So, have you guys heard about the McDonald's by land, air, and sea thing?
Yes.
We're supposed to combine 3 things.
Yeah.
So I ordered that, and I want to show you how this got delivered to me.
Yes.
I was about to eat this before I got on stage. It's right next to me. You want to see how it gets delivered? I just want to ruin McDonald's. This clip right here. Here it is. It's 3 fucking separate things.
Yes.
I'm so pissed off right now. It's a McChicken, a Big Mac, and a Filet-O-Fish.
Dude, it's like the grocery store. You got to check yourself out. Now you got to make your own food. Like
I got to put it together myself.
That's ridiculous.
So
some assembly required.
In fairness to these guys, they do much more serious topics and episodes as well. That was the first time I was on the show, and I was talking about doing stand-up comedy, and I was like, I'm going to be drunk out of my mind. I need a gimmick at least to fall back on, so I ordered this thing, having no idea it was 3 separate things. Constructing one of those sandwiches is like having sex with a squirter. Like it's satisfying, but also extremely messy, and you're gonna have a lot to clean up tomorrow morning.
You should probably put a towel down.
I don't know what the caption is.
That's beautiful. So, Friends of Zeus, I'll have to check out because I love the name.
Friends of Zeus podcast. They actually had the guy who worked at the Apple store or whatever, the laptop repair store. They got Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh, holy shit.
That dude, that's up in your area of the Delaware. John Paul Mac Isaac was on their podcast. And that one beat me, obviously.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I want to listen, but do I want to listen?
It was an interesting episode for sure. So no, they've got serious, they got funny. Subscribe to them. It's a fun show. They have different topics every week. They're guys from all different political realms, and that's kind of the fun part. Is you got the left, the right, the libertarians, who are better than everyone else, and then subscribe to their channel. It's really good. And Zeus is I consider him a friend of mine. He's a guy. I've been on his show a bunch, and we talk. We've talked for way more on the phone than we've talked on podcasts.
That's the beautiful thing about this world, man, is, it leads you to connections that you never knew that you'd ever have the ability to have. So that's fantastic, man. And so hopefully today in our world, Jeff, the dads kind of gave a little bit of hope to those dads out there struggling, maybe the divorced dads, such as myself or Jeff,
back out there,
had to get back out there to date. And you're like, dude, I couldn't do that. Because if I do that, what a jackass. If you're ever thinking that, dads, just remember Yakov. Just remember cocoa butter, right? Fuck, you can't be as bad as cocoa butter, right? So happy hunting, because apparently that's all we know how to do as cavemen. Hunt and find women. So
and don't do drugs when you're trying to pick them up.
Look, when everybody in the club is asking what drug you're on, don't try to sell me that you ain't on a drug.
That's a problem.
Right. But with that one,
Dad's out.
Dad's Show.